Hey guys, Benoit here, and I just wanted to make a real quick video of some of my favorite cards from my collection. We'll start with some loose singles that I have. First up, we have Electabuzz, the Legend promo variant. This guy was released over here in the Heart Gold Soul Silver set as a non-holo rare, but they have a Japanese variant of him, and I just had to get it. Awesome artwork. Next up, we have Sceptile from Ruby and Sapphire. So I quit collecting around the time Neo Genesis came out. So when I got back into it, I kind of looked at the Advanced series to see what I had exactly missed, and this was one of the first cards that popped up. Kind of see him standing in a forest. I think it's just I think it's really cool, old school art style. Next up, we have Zapdos. This was illustrated by Arita, who was the original base set Charizard illustrator. I think he really kind of peaked in the mid 2000s. This is some of his best artwork, in my opinion. You got these really awesome kind of purple, pink clouds in the background, lightning, Zapdos flying through. It looks like it's snowing or raining. It's just an awesome looking card. And last for the singles is a Crystal Celebi. I think the art on this guy is great. I believe it's Arita again. This was released in the Skyridge set. The crystals were kind of the chase cards. This is actually a German copy because that was a much more affordable option than the English one. So I just really like the reverse holos in this set. And Celebi just looks amazing. So next up, we'll get to some of my graded cards. We'll start off with this Venusaur. I just love the Sugimori artwork, especially with the hard watercoloring they've got going on, making use of all that color and the whitening and stuff like that. This was included with the Nintendo Player's Guide, I believe, for the TCG game on Game Boy, which is a fun little game. Kind of played it a few months ago, and it taught me about these cards that I had collected ever since I was a kid, but I never actually played the game, so I finally got to learn what exactly those cards were about. Found out that Charizard, while awesome and popular to collect, wasn't really all that good for playability. Just learned a lot about the series in general, and Venusaur is one of my favorites, so I really love this card. Next up, we've got this Magneton. I don't know of a whole lot of people that really enjoy Magnetons, but when I first saw this card, I just thought it was amazing. You've got this great clean artwork. You've got Lieutenant Surge down here in the bottom, and then on top of that, you've got these little electric arcs shooting between the magnets. I just think it's really nice, really clean looking art, and I'm hoping one day to get this in a tin. Next up are two of my modern cards that I've got right now. These are full arts from the Evolution set. First, you have Pidgeot, who I think is just amazing in this. It looks like this is a still directly from the anime, just really cleaned up. And I mean, the background's great. I really like the full arts from the XY series. I think the Sun and Moon ones are kind of dull, but the full arts that actually have art in them, I think, are really awesome. Along that same vein, you've got Mewtwo from Evolutions, the full art. I think it's awesome what they did with kind of the gold border, but then they also put the gold as kind of his outline. Makes him really shine. Looks really cool. Just another beautiful card. Next up, we've got probably one of my top favorites. This is another art by Arita. As you've noticed, I'm a big fan of his work. I think his base set stuff is good, but I think he really hit a stride later on in his career. As you can see with this art, I mean, it's just the colors, how striking it is, the palette he chose. Just a beautiful card. I really wish this card was in holo form, but unfortunately for now, we've just got to go with this. Maybe someday, maybe they'll make a third remake of the Gold and Silver games, and they'll release these. This is part of the Versus series that was released in Japan, but not really officially released in the US. There are some English versions of this card, but they're extremely rare. This kind of functioned as a gym Series 2. It features all of the gym leaders from Gold and Silver, but it never made it out over here, so we'll just have to deal with this for now. Next up, spoiled it a bit for you guys. So these next four are a series that I'm starting to work on collecting. So you have the gym series had trainer holos, and they have one for each of the gym leaders from the Kanto region. So you've got Sabrina, which I think is just awesome. Next, you have Blaine, another great artwork, great holo. Giovanni, the boss. And then you finally got Koga, who's honestly the most colorful out of all of them. So it's kind of funny, as a kid, getting rare trainers was kind of always disappointing. These holo trainers, I remember they were kind of cool, but you'd much rather have a Charizard or a Blastoise or just about any other Pokemon rather than pulling one of these. It was always kind of disappointing, but now that I'm older, I can appreciate it more. You know, you've got, I believe this is Sugimori, you got his artwork, you got the trainers, or the gym leaders, very iconic from that era. I'm working on getting the original four. These are readily available and easy to get on eBay. I think I got most of them for around $30 a piece or under. The original four are a lot harder to find for some reason. Their populations aren't as high, and they don't hit eBay all that often. So I'm got to keep an eye out for those first four. Hope to eventually get those someday to complete the set. And then the last guy that already kind of got spoiled. This is my favorite card from my collection, the Crown Jewel Mew from Expedition. Reverse holo, reverse rare. Just amazing artwork. Amazing rainbow effect on the reverse. This is the card that got me into collecting stuff like this, other stuff that was out of my wheelhouse. So when I first got back into collecting, I just had the goal of completing a base set, a fossil set, and a jungle set. And so I have a local card shop here that I've been going to and buying singles from, and I kind of just noticed, not this exact card, but another copy of it just sitting behind their counter, and I thought, wow, it's an amazing looking card. Maybe I'll just buy that and have like a little something outside of my outside of what I'm really interested in, just kind of have it. And so they rang it up. It was $7, and I was like, wow, that's amazing. I'm gonna see if I can find a PSA copy. Ended up buying a PSA 9 copy like a month later for around $40. Just kept my eye out for a PSA 10 that came out that was affordable. There's quite a few of these online, but people are asking like in the $100 to $200 range, and I kind of I wasn't comfortable just paying that much, especially getting back into the hobby. And then eventually, a seller called Graded Power on eBay, who's got lots of great graded cards for good prices, had this up for about $70, and I think I shot him an offer and got it for slightly cheaper than that. But this is a crown jewel. I don't think I'll ever sell this card. It will always remain in my collection. I just love the reverse holos from this set. I have tons of them. This is one of my favorites that I actually have graded, and it's kind of what got me into looking at stuff outside of the original set. So everything else here has Mew to thank. So that's it for this video, guys. Just want to show you my favorites, let you see them in a video instead of just a picture. Let me know if you guys want to see anything else on video, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks.